So, if you've been on the internet recently, you will definitely seen this face. Born Oakley Neil H.T. Caesar Sue, which is crazy. Central Cee is a 24-year-old British rapper that was born in London, England. I'm sure most of you are aware, Central Cee is making huge waves right now with his song Doja. The success of this song could be attributed to two things. First, the kind of meme-heavy first line, or the fact that it's directed by video superstar Cole Bennett. If you don't know, Cole Bennett is the director behind huge artists such as Juice WRLD, Kid Laroi, and even Eminem. At the time of recording this, Central Cee is currently the #1 on trending for music, with the video sitting at 19 million views in less than a week. That is kinda blowing up. Central Cee is somewhat of a leading face in drill music at the moment, and is said to be the fastest rising drill artist in history. But who really is Central Cee? And where did he come from? Central Cee first started in the scene way back in 2015. At this time, he was 15 years old, so he was a tiny little rapping boy. Central Cee was raised in Shepherd's Bush, which is notorious for being smack bang right in the middle of poverty and also insane wealth. I wasn't actually too familiar with this place, so I just put it into Google, and it says that this place is particularly high in violence. The earliest actual appearance of Central Cee online is from his Street Heat freestyle, where back then he looked a lot different and actually sounded a lot different too.
Early on my life, they couldn't jerk me in that.
Which is understandable, to be honest. I think he was still going through puberty at this point. When watching this video, what is actually kind of still impressive about the video is that he's still carrying this crazy confidence that he still has now. It's like in his head he's thinking like, I'm like really killing this. Which, to be honest, he was. From here, he went on to release a series of singles. If you go listen to the ones that he has on Spotify, like right at the bottom, they don't actually sound anything like him at all. They use this sort of crazy auto-tune effect at one point, like some crazy T-Pain type auto-tune, and that goes all the way from 2017 up to 2020. Despite this though, 2020 was the biggest year for Central Cee, and this is where things went on a rise, and quick. 2022 saw the release of A Day in the Life. This was the first time we heard Central Cee on a drill beat, and consequently, this is the first time he started popping off. This song drastically outperformed all the other songs, with it today sitting well over 100 million streams. So once Central Cee gained this huge attention from this song, he then decided to double down on this sound, and this is where he sort of got that new shiny drill ball and started running with it. The success of this song brought about the even more famous Loading, another one sitting with over 100 million streams, and then this eventually turned into his mixtape 6 for 6, and then eventually turned into his self-released Wild West, and more recently 23, which peaked at #1 in the UK charts. So why is he blowing up now? Well, I have a few thoughts of my own on this reason. Basically, I think Central Cee is the perfect mix of a great drill artist while also having some crazy like chart appeal. People tend to think of drill of having like a really dark sound, but Central Cee has sort of gone a different direction with this. The types of beats I use are usually quite like light and playful beats. A good example of this is on the song Obsessed With You. Like, I'm sure you've heard it. It's got that sort of like pitched up girl sample, which is not traditional for a drill artist to sort of use. This song in particular grew huge on TikTok and quickly became one of the most used songs on TikTok at the time, and this is partly to blame for why Central Cee is so big today. This not so drill approach to his music, I feel like, has allowed him to carve a great niche in the UK drill scene and has allowed him to grow an international audience elsewhere. Myself personally, I'm not even a fan of drill pretty much at all, but Central Cee is the first artist I've listened to where I've been like, okay, this yeah. Additionally, lyrically, I do think he's actually quite different as well. A lot of his tracks seem to have like a sort of emo tinge to his lyrics. Tracks such as Cold Shoulder and Miss, for example, have a lot of like dark, somewhat emo style lyrics, I suppose. I think this sort of reflects his personality. Probably why I've mentioned that like most rappers is not in these songs sort of bragging a lot. He often raps how he's not better than other people and that like you can do it too, which is sort of kind of nice to have motivation rather than someone telling you that he's slept with your girl pretty much every verse. He's also had a lot of appraisals for some huge artists, the most notable being Drake, which I would say is a pretty big one. So I think it's safe to say Central Cee has had a big come up this year. I mean, look at this Google Trends chart thing, and I think he's one of the most unique artists I've heard in quite a long time. He's definitely in his own lane and he seems to be perfecting the sound. So what do you think of Central Cee? Do you love him? Do you hate him? What's your thoughts on drill music just as a whole? And yeah, that's pretty much been the video. Thanks for watching. Until next time.